Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of this potty training series. I'm really excited to jump into these tips and tricks that I hope will help somebody out there. So if you guys have a specific struggle that you guys are dealing with, please comment it down below on our Patreon page and I will definitely look into getting some answers for you. If I can't, I'll try to search online or with my coworkers and things like that, anything that might help you guys. So my first tip that comes from my personal experience, these are all personal experience. I'm barely dealing with some clients that are doing potty training, and any tips that I get from that, I will definitely let you guys know. But my first personal tip, I hope this helps you guys. Every kiddo is different, is basically that. Every kiddo is different and every kiddo has their own timeline. So don't be discouraged and don't feel overwhelmed and don't feel stressed if your kid is 5 and is not potty trained, or if they're 2 and you feel like this is the moment where they have to be. Just focus on taking baby steps and doing everything you can to make it not overwhelming and scary, which jumps into letting them know what a toilet is. You know, they're so used to peeing in the pull-up and doing everything in the pull-up, and having you help them pull the pull-up away, not pull it away, having you help them pull the pull-up off there. It's like everything is new. It goes from laying down to getting your diaper changed to standing up and sitting in this big thing. So my first tip is maybe do story time with them. I have a story that I used to sing to Christian on the toilet, which I wish, honestly, I'm trying to give you guys these tips to try to help hopefully beforehand, because if I would have known, I would have prevented myself from doing a bunch of things that I wouldn't do anymore. So story time before you even start the process would be a good idea, but during the process, that's definitely okay too. So story time about what the toilet is. Reading stories in general, books, I'm sure there's some good ones out there about toilet training, cartoons about toilet training, you going in there with your kiddo, or your significant other going in there with your kiddo and showing them kind of like how it is, what you do, talk them through the process. Big thing is talking about it, even though if you have a nonverbal son or daughter like myself, and one of the biggest mistakes that I made was feeling like they didn't understand, which is definitely a big no-no. My biggest tip, another biggest tip, is that your kids definitely understand a lot of what you're saying, even if they don't show it. Definitely talk to your kiddos. Another thing regarding the whole basic first step is making them feel comfortable in there. Just going into the bathroom, sometimes the noises, the echoes, the big toilet, everything can be overwhelming when you're trying to get them to sit down. So make it fun. Maybe sing songs in there, dance, do puzzles, have a little bit of iPad time in there, play in the water with the sink. So just make it fun. Go in there, go out. If it's that overwhelming for them, just run in there, went out, like, yay, you did awesome going in there. Praise any effort. After that, if they are okay with being in the bathroom, just sit them down or not even sit them down. You can start by touching the toilet, flushing the toilet, if that's not too overwhelming. After that, sit them down for like seconds. Try to figure out what their limit is. If they start crying after 5 seconds, just do 5 seconds and praise those 5 seconds and give them rewards. And after those 5 seconds, try to aim for another 2 seconds. Add to it every 5 seconds, as much as you can. With having your child do that first step of touching the toilet or sitting on the toilet for however long, I would recommend finding that one thing that really motivates them. So if it's candy, like it was for Christian, or if it's iPad, you have to make sure that you only give that reinforcer when they are doing that specific thing. So if the target is sitting on the toilet for 5 seconds, once they do that, you give them that candy, for example, for doing that. That is all you wanted. Your target was sitting on the toilet for 5 seconds. They did that. You give them that candy for that. Once they've reached past that level, then you're gonna up it for, let's say, 10 seconds, for example. Then that candy is given for that. And once you're moving on from that sitting target, then you can praise and reinforce the voiding in the target, which we'll talk about more. But I would definitely start looking into what reinforcer or what motivates them the most, and making sure that you don't give that reinforcer, like iPad, a toy, or a candy specifically. You don't give that for anything else besides the toilet targets. That's a big one. We didn't give Christian his candies, unless those specific candies that he loved, unless he voided in the toilet. And if we were regressing, unless he sat in the toilet and didn't have any behaviors. So make sure that you find that one thing that's motivating and you stick to only giving it for that toilet target. Once they feel comfortable with that, then you can start thinking about the real process of trying to get your kiddo to void in the toilet, but making sure that they're comfortable on the toilet and it's not overwhelming and it's not scary and you're not taking them every 5 minutes like I did. Don't do that. Make it fun and make it something that is not putting pressure on them to pee. So that is my first tip for you guys. I hope that this definitely helps you guys in the beginning stages. I will be giving you guys more tips. I'll be breaking them down step by step as I feel really helped us. Like I said, let me know if you guys have any personal questions that you guys want me to tackle, and I will see you guys in the next potty episode.